Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing mostly cloudy conditions out there this morning with some fairly comfortable conditions as we have a cold front dropping through the area. It's going to bring in some onshore, more comfortable conditions as we move through the day today and over the next couple of days. Overall, looking at a fairly quiet weather week with, again, much more comfortable conditions, and we'll see a return of heat and humidity as well as some rain chances, particularly as we get towards the end of the week and more so into the weekend. If we take a look at our current surface analysis, we can see that boundary here indicated just to our north, a bit further south at this time. And again, expecting that to drop through the area. It's going to bring this high pressure into our north, bring in some onshore flow for the next couple of days, and that will help both keep things feeling comfortable as well as keep those precipitation chances at bay. We'll see a very slight chance of precipitation in the vicinity later this morning and early afternoon, but overall expecting mainly dry conditions to continue. If we look at our current visible satellite, we can see that cloud deck that is built in through the area with that boundary, expecting that to stick around as we move through our working hours today. We'll start to see those clouds clearing out as we go into the evening time frame and not tracking anything significant on local radar at this time. Looking at our upper level winds from this morning sounding, had some north-northeasterly winds near the surface and then becoming westerly as we go up through the remainder of the column, seeing our peak wind of 44 knots at 12,000 feet, and the freezing level this morning was at 14,400 feet. We'll look at the latest high-resolution model, see what we can expect for the next 48 hours. Again, as mentioned, clouds sticking around through the day today. We can see some light simulated reflectivity pushing along that boundary, mainly off to the southwest of the area, and some light reflectivity over the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, not expecting much for that, maybe a light sprinkle or possibly a light thunderstorm trying to make its way just south of the area, but expecting that to stay out of the area as we move through the day today. We'll see those clouds breaking up as we move through the overnight with mostly clear skies. We'll see a chance for some patchy fog early in the morning, briefly before sunrise, and then things looking mostly sunny as we start the day on Tuesday. We'll see conditions partly cloudy to possibly mostly cloudy at times, and some light simulated reflectivity popping up here on the model with a very slight chance we see a light sprinkle, maybe a light shower across the area, but again, similar condition not looking very likely at this time, and we'll see that phase out as we go into the overnight, setting up for another mostly clear night with a chance once again for some patchy fog as we approach the sunrise time frame. We zoom out, look at the European model here for the longer term forecast. As mentioned, looking at fairly quiet weather through the working week this week as we have the influence of that high pressure to the north, less in the way of heat and humidity to support daytime convection. So looking dry as we move through the extended forecast here into the end of the week. We'll start to see those winds turning more subtly as we get into Friday, and that's when we'll start to see a return to some of that heat humidity with things warming up for Friday. But right now looking dry through our Friday, and then going into Saturday we'll see a chance for some afternoon or evening showers or storms. The GFS model does have a potential for a shower pushing through early morning hours of Saturday, but it looks like the better chance would be during the afternoon, evening time frame. You can see the European model not indicating much of that activity, but as we return to that more hot and humid conditions, that possibility will present itself. Moving into Sunday, looks like a better chance for some more widespread active weather moving into the area, particularly later in the day and into the evening. As you can see here, European model showing quite some coverage across the region with that shower and thunderstorm activity. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, seeing green conditions over the next 24 hours, do see our high temperature reaching around 85 degrees this afternoon with mostly cloudy conditions continuing, keeping a ceiling around 5,000 feet through the day today. We'll see those winds turning northeasterly, peaking around 7 to 12 knots, and then weakening as we go into the evening time frame. As mentioned, a very slight chance of a thunderstorm in the vicinity, but as that boundary continues to push through, that looks to be less and less of a chance at this time, so probably about a 10% or less chance for the late morning time frame, and reducing to a zero chance as we get into the later afternoon. Going into the evening time frame, we'll see mostly clear skies, just a few low-level clouds around. We'll see winds becoming light and variable, and then back to a onshore breeze as we get into the start of the day on Tuesday. Our low temperature expected around 69 degrees, and just a slight chance for some patchy fog prior to sunrise tomorrow. Tides running slightly above normal. Looking at the extended forecast here, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions at time for our Tuesday. Just about 10% chance of an isolated sprinkle around the area, but not much impact expected from that. We'll see our temperatures fairly seasonable and comfortable with a high around 84 degrees. We'll stay in mid-80s as we go through most of the week. We'll see another partly to mostly cloudy day for our Wednesday, keeping that onshore breeze, and then more of a southerly component starts to build in as we get into Thursday, but still staying comfortable, and then start to see the heat come back as we go into Friday with more of a southerly to southwesterly component of the wind. Partly cloudy, hot and humid once again. We'll see our high temperatures back into the 90s and could see those heat index values pushing to triple digits, and that continues as we go into the weekend as well. We bring in that first chance of precip, about a 15% chance for the early morning hours Saturday, and a 20% chance during the PM time frame. So it's a slight chance of a thunderstorm for our Saturday, another hot and humid day, and then the better chance of thunderstorms moves in for the PM time frame on Sunday, looking at about a 40% chance at this time. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.